Bruce Klein with Bruce Klein Mortgage and Oz Lending. I have this webinar as part of a series that I'll be bringing to you. It's for Real Estate Marketing Academy. All right, so Realtor Marketing Academy is what it says. It's just all these different marketing courses designed to help you grow your business. So I'd like to welcome my real estate partners, my real estate friends, and if you're new here, welcome. I know you're going to get something valuable out of this particular webinar. I think this one is very timely. I've got some others I'm excited to be bringing out here shortly as well. But this one, as you can see, like I said, it's very timely. We're talking about 10 ways to get more listings in a low inventory market. Now, congratulations for being here. I'm glad you're here. And it just shows that you're interested in taking your career to the next level. And you know that there's ways to do that. And a lot of it's going to be through your marketing efforts. You've got to help yourself stand out among all the noise that's out there. So let's get started. Here's what the agenda is going to contain. Where do listings come from? We'll talk about different ways to get listings. We're going to talk about what top producers are doing that's working for them. Always good to know that. We should always check in. Hey, you know, with your coworkers, what's working for you? Find that out. That's helpful. How to find sellers most agents are overlooking, and 10 ways to get more listings right now. And then we're just going to have a summary, quick summary, and wrap things up. Now, I hope to keep this to about 30 minutes or less. And since you're watching a recorded version of this webinar, that's a great thing because you can pause it, take some notes, rewind if you need to, and go back and watch it again as well. But so feel free to pause, take notes. I really want you to get something out of this, and I know you're going to. So let's get started. Let's talk about where they come from. If you're not generating business from people that you know, people they know, or past clients, then you're missing out on 66% of business. That's a huge number that you can't afford not to be addressing. Check this out. 75% of millennials age 30 to 39 are the group most likely to seek a referral from their network of family, friends, and social sphere. Where many people age 30 to 39 spend their time, where do they do it? Online. That's right. Social media, right there in their hand, on their phone. So let's talk about the source of these clients. You know, a recent study was conducted by a real estate website, The Close, asked agents where they gained a new client from in the past year. And here's what they said. Cold calling was 16%. Anybody like cold calling? No. You know, how many of you like to get cold calls? No, you don't. 18% from print ads, mail outs. 26% are buying leads. It can be a good source, especially if you're partnering with a loan officer. And online ads. A lot of that you're going to find is, you know, online ads through either your Google page or some of the other sites like Facebook, and then posting on social media. 44%. What do you think the number one is? I guess you all know, as you're in the real estate business. Boom. 83% is from referrals, your past clients, your sphere of influence. That is so important. So you've got to keep, you know, you want to post regular content so you can get referred. You've got to follow up with your past clients. And we're going to talk about all of these in this webinar. So let's talk about the past client and your sphere of influence. The first place, that's the first place you're going to get it. So if you have your database, you need to be building your database in your CRM. Keep up with them that way. That's where your best effort, best return on your effort is going to come from, right? So now let's talk about, I mentioned that we're going to talk about what some of the top producers are doing, all right? And this is called the $11 million CMA strategy. So, you know, I'm sure you guys do CMAs, but most of you do them and you ask, hey, would you like to see a CMA? Can I show you? Or maybe you solicit for those. But this is what this guy decided to do. This is Jimmy Burgess. He's a realtor in Florida, and he decided to do a CMA a day over a 90-day period. So what he did was he went through his database and identified past clients and prospects from the last year who hadn't sold their home. So he had all the contact information, including address, phone, email, et cetera. And he decided to do the CMA a day for 90 days for those people. So what do you call it? The CMA, the 90-day CMA, right? So there's 4 things required to get yourself going into that CMA a day over 90 days. What's that? Your people, your past clients, leads, your sphere of influence, and homeowners. You need MLS. You all got access to MLS. That's going to show you the sold comparables, the recently sold comparables, right? A screen recorder, like I'm using here, something, you know, Zoom, BombBomb, Canva. There's so many of them out there that you just find one that works for you. I'm using Loom a lot, Loom. I use that a lot for emails. I send explainer videos to borrowers showing them their itemized fee sheet and going over that and going over their escrow and things that they have a difficult time sometimes understanding. And it really has helped. So start using that if you're not already. And the 4th thing you need is Google Earth if you want to tie that in. And this guy's going to show you how he did it using all 4 of those. Let's take a look here.
I want to show you basically the couple of things that I tied into. I used Google Earth on this. The reason I like Google Earth is if I'll start this, you'll kind of see it begins to rotate. There's this 2D portion here. You'll see when I click the 2D portion, it flattens out on top of it, makes it look super high tech. The other tab that I had pulled up was the tab for the sales and the comparable active pending solds for the condo that I was doing. This example was a past client of mine in Adagio. So this will give you an idea of Adagio condos. I'm gonna just let this play so you can kind of see this, and I'll stop it to talk about it as we go through.
Hey, Carrie, it's Jimmy Burgess with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services down in Beach. Just want to check in with you guys.
So notice how this is kind of moving and rotating right here. I'm just reaching out to them. This is the condos. You'll see how I show them the condos, and then I push the flatten out button with the 2D. Just push this 2D button, now 3D button. So I'm showing them. It gives me the ability to really show them visually what we're looking at. They can also see me, which gives that connection there. And then I'm going to just fast forward a little bit to show you kind of what I go to next. The next thing that I go to is that I pull up the comparables. And now I'm just going to walk through. You don't have to remember the comparables. I'm just going to go through and talk about the sales prices, the averages of what things are, give a range of value. And then at the end, what I do, and I just kind of go through these, at the end, then what I do is I just simply say, I hope this is valuable to you. And I want to make sure that you know that I'm here if I can ever help in any way. If you guys are thinking about possibly selling, let me know, and I'll be glad to get you a more distinct value just by doing a quick walkthrough of your place. I did 72 of these. These are folks that I had talked to, that I had built a relationship with. Also, this is my building pipeline going forward with people, because I then put them on the calendar to do another one of these in 6 months.
All right, you hear that? Building the pipeline, putting them on this calendar to do another one of these in 6 months, just to follow up with them, make a note of it, come back and do it again. Not Pastor, I mean, you're just saying, you're giving them valuable information in case they are in a situation where they'd be wanting to sell, buy, etc. So hopefully this gave you a bit of insight, gave you some ideas, and maybe set you on fire a little bit. Like, are you doing anything like this? You have all the tools to do this. I urge you to try it. Listen, what did he say? 90 days. His goal is to do 90 in 90 days, one a day over 90 days. He did 72. You think you failed? 72 over 90 days? No. So the point is, do it. You may not hit 90, but just get started, make it a goal. So let's take a look at it. He did 72 unsolicited CMAs over 90 days. Okay. Let's see what he got out of that. 11.2 million in listings, 9.1 million sold for 227,500 gross commission income. So, and that's averaging at 2.5%. So, okay, how many does that not excite you a little bit? 11.2 million listed, 9.1 million sold for 227,500 with 72 CMAs done over 90 days. That should excite you. So let's see how that breaks down. A lot of you might be saying, yeah, I don't really have time for that. Man, I don't, that's a waste of time. That's a lot of work, a lot of effort. You know, I'm not sure that's right for me. So let's just break it down, see how much work it really was. 227,500 divided by 72 CMAs comes out to $3,159 per CMA that he earned, right? So 30 minutes per CMA is, he said he spent about 30 minutes on each one, times 72. He spent 36 hours. Okay, that's less than a 40-hour work week. 36 hours building 72 CMAs over 90 days. So 36 hours divided by his gross commission of 227,500 gives you an hourly rate of, anybody really quick with the math? What do you think it is? It is $6,319 per hour. Okay, $6,319 per hour. And you thought you had to be an athlete to make that kind of money, right? Listen, you may not do that, but you're probably going to do something. All right. And something is better than nothing. If you're doing nothing right now, do this, experiment with this, work it into your program and start watching. If nothing else, you're going to be developing your database and contacts and communication. So do you think that's a good return on investment? I hope you guys will at least implement this one idea. I hope you're excited about it. All right, let's move on. So there's another way to get the some sellers and leads is from the expireds and withdrawals. You know, it's been a staple of real estate and listings for forever. And you know, I know what you're thinking. We don't have any expireds in this market. We're talking about, you know, how to get more leads in a saturated market, right? How are we going to do that? There's not any. Well, we are still seeing some agents having success with expired withdrawals that are from 3 to 12 months ago. All right. So if you go back, maybe they, whatever the life situation was. So, but let me mention this. Here's a word about soliciting expireds. And in a few rare cases, property listing may have expired, but the seller is still under a contractual relationship with that realtor. So it's a violation, as I'm sure you know, of the NAR Code of Ethics, Article 16. To solicit listings that still have a contractual relationship with the listing agent. So you make sure you ask whether or not the seller is still under contract with their previous realtor. If that's the case, thank them for the time, wish them well, wish them best of luck. Now it is your responsibility to verify that they aren't violating this rule and that they're not still under contract. So make sure you do at least that, so you're not violating NAR Code of Ethics. All right, let's move forward. Here's some expired success tips. Don't try to conquer a huge area. You want to pick 1 or 2 cities that get a good flow of expireds and stay consistent. And don't spread yourself thin, because it gets daunting when you spread yourself across a whole state or a whole country, or even all of DFW or all of Houston, you know, areas. It's a huge task, right? So the second is you want to call between 8 and 8:30 a.m. Why? Because by 8:30 a.m., other realtors who are trying the same tactic have already called them. And by the time that you wait later than that, maybe they've already had 20 calls. Okay. And they're just going to hang up on you. They're so frustrated by it. So, and so do it early, not before 8, but between 8 and 8:30. Then you want to be authentic, be yourself. Don't be salesy. Listen, you're not, don't come like, you know, Susie Realtor. Hey, listen, I do it better than everybody. I have better stats and I know how to market your home better. No, you're there to help. I understand that maybe you weren't successful. I'd like to hear why. I'd like to take a look at it. I'm here. I'm your advocate. I want to help you get the property sold if you still want to do that. So, you know, they've already been sold to, and the property didn't sell, and they don't need you telling them that you're the best and your marketing plan is better. So don't be salesy, just be authentic. Now, here's some good resources. Maybe some of you are already using these: Espresso Agent, Vulcan 7, RedX. They provide expireds and for sale by owner leads. And they also offer enhanced services like CRM, lead management, auto dialer, email and video marketing. And there's some differences, and you'll want to check each of these out to find out what's best fits your needs. So, but at a base level, they all offer expired and for sale by owner leads. This is what the RedX dashboard looks like. It contains expireds and for sale by owners, and what they call Geo Leads, which we'll talk about in a moment. But the phone numbers have already been scrubbed against the relisted homes and the do not call list. So if you see a number, you're okay to call that number. Now for sale by owner, some people are still having success with this. Don't shake your head. I know what you're thinking. Some of you don't want to do it, and that's fine. Find what's good for you and what works for you. Some of you may be good at this, but we're going to touch on it just so we can show some of you are interested in how you can do that. So you can get it through these same sources like RedX, Vulcan 7. For sale by owner sales have declined over time, and they now only account for about 8% of total home sales, 8%. So statistically, nearly 70% of FSBOs list their property with an agent after about 4 weeks on the market as a FSBO, right? So, that's when you really want to look at it, see how long it's been on the market, just track it, right? You want to see, because that's a good time. That's statistically about 4 weeks. It's not moving. They're not having traction. Now is a good time to reach out to them. So what do you think what are the major reasons for people wanting to do for sale by owner? Exactly. They don't want to pay a commission, right? Don't want to pay the commission. 41%, 56% say that they sold to a relative, friend, or neighbor. And I'm going to sneeze here. I think it's a second. So they feel less of a need for an agent because, hey, 56% of them, of the for sale by owners already have a buyer, right? What's the most difficult task for sale by owner? 12% is preparing the home for sale. They need help getting it ready. Curb appeal. How do you make it look? You're the expert on how to make the home look ready for sale, and they have no expertise in that. Everyone thinks their home looks awesome and it's ready. 10% understanding the paperwork. This is where a lot of people get in trouble, and this is a good selling point for you, because the last thing a homeowner wants to do is have someone come back on them after it's sold and something was done improperly. And then 9% have difficulty in getting the price right, especially in this market, right? Because home price has been going up and up. How much will my home sell for? They need an expert like you to look at the comps, and someone that knows the area who can tell them, hey, in this particular neighborhood, the buyers are coming in and buying for over the asking price. So you want to make sure that you can tell them, that sweet spot, where to ask for that price, where they're probably going to come in over, and you're going to get a lot of traffic. All right. So there's a lot of different ways you can approach for sale by owner, folks, and this is just a few examples. You can build your own, see what works for you. Hi, this is so-and-so with ABC Realty. I know you don't know me, but I've sold quite a few homes in your area, and notice you're looking to sell your property at so-and-so address. Is it still available? Breaking the ice, right? I'm not sure this is for you, but would you be open to some helpful tips on how to prep your home for sale and understand the paperwork process? Again, going back to those a couple of those two items that are hot spots for people. I'm in this area often, and when would be a good time for me to swing by for a couple minutes to preview your home? All right, just to take a look at it. You might have some buyers, and you want to know what it looks like. Now you're able to generate a conversation with them. Here's some others. Hi, this is so-and-so with ABC Realty. I'm sure I'm not the first agent to call you, but just start it. How open-minded would you be to collaborating with any real estate agents who might bring you buyers? I'm in your area often. Wouldn't it be a good time for me to swing by a couple minutes to preview your home? So those are all good ways to do it, but you want to develop your own. Again, be authentic. Here's another great tool, circle prospecting. All right, so It's one of the best ways to find seller leads. Circle prospecting. It's a lead generation strategy that relies on the premise that homeowners who live nearby your recently listed or sold homes will want to know about it, and possibly they'll be more likely to sell. So this is a good tool for you to use if you haven't already used it. Geo Leads. Okay, think of circle prospecting as building a mini farm, right? It's a farming a certain area that has a direct interest in transactions in that particular area or neighborhood. So RedX, one we talked about earlier. Anyone heard of RedX? Maybe you're using it. Maybe you've tried it. Maybe you just heard of it. They have a service called Geo Leads, and it helps you with circle prospecting. And here's how that works. You target the neighborhoods, or saying for the just listed and sold properties. You can drop a dot in there for a geographic area. Okay, so just imagine being able to drop that, a marker on a map, and grow your sphere of influence within that neighborhood of the activity right in there that you're targeting. Instead of focusing the lead search for you and expired and for sale by owners, Geo Leads lets you focus your lead farming in a particular geographic area that's actively selling. So you can even filter your results by how long a property owner has owned their home, say at least 3 years or more. And this is ideal for just listed or just sold prospecting, as well as working to develop a specific geographic farm. And this feature lets you see who lives there and if they own or rent, and it shows you their contact information. All right, circle prospecting. If you need to take a break, pause this, take a quick break and come back. You can rewind if you want to look at a little bit more about that circle prospecting, but we're going to move forward. Phone calls. Who remembers this? I love this. I actually had a phone like this. I'm that old. Some of you have never seen phones like this. If you haven't watched on YouTube or online, some of these folks who put a phone like this in front of young people and ask them to call their friends, it's pretty funny to watch. They have no idea how to use these rotary phones. It's hilarious. So listen, the point here with this is just, hey, good old-fashioned phone calling is still a great way. You want to touch, you still want to reach out, talk to your database, talk to your friends, talk to your partners, say, how are you doing? How's the family? Not just, they don't want to always just get sales stuff from you. So just sometimes call and check in on people and when it doesn't have anything to do with real estate, that will help you, right? So now let's talk about the circle prospecting and in the just listed and sold. Here's how you can do that. Hello, my name is so-and-so, and I'm a local real estate agent. I'm calling about a property that I've listed in your neighborhood. I'm working really hard to get that property sold for my clients. Are you aware of anyone who might be interested in moving into the area? Do you know of anyone looking to buy or sell in the next 30 days? Again, conversation starter. Well, yeah, so-and-so, and maybe you'll pick up a lead this way. Have you considered buying or selling this year? So again, you're introducing yourself because, hey, I've got a property listed here. You're not trying to sell me anything. You're just letting them know, hey, that you may have seen the sign down here. I have that listed in your neighborhood. If you know anyone looking, please, tell them to give me a call. Hey, maybe you're thinking about selling it in the next year or so. Let me know. Here's my information. So just take advantage of that when you're in that area selling a home. Circle prospecting. Survey script. Hello, my name is so-and-so. I'm a local real estate agent in your town. We're doing a homeowner survey. If they're still on the phone, do you have any plans of selling in the next 12 months? And yes, well, I'm curious, what's making you think about selling in the next 12 months? You may hear, hey, I hadn't really considered selling, but market is crazy right now. I think I could really get a good return on my investment here. But biggest concern right now is will they be able to find a home, right? So these are just some ideas for you, and I hope you're taking notes. Now let's move on and talk about, you guys ever heard of Sly Broadcast? Anybody using it? It's a ringless voicemail marketing software. So you can call directly to voicemail and send thousands, literally, of ringless voicemail drop messages directly to your contacts in just minutes. So you reach mobile phones and landlines in the United States and Canada. So it doesn't ring, goes directly to voicemail. Maybe they think they were busy, they didn't hear it ring, whatever, and you can leave a voicemail for them. This is a good tool. You might want to try it. Let's go on and see a case study here. Christina Griffin of the Griffin Group. A lot of strategies you can use. You can cold call, you run targeted social media ads, or do direct mail. And this one here that we're talking about with live broadcast, Christina sent out more than 1,200 voicemail messages in a 2-mile radius related to her new listing. All right. So she received, check this out. She sent out 1,200. She received 175 return calls, 175 return phone calls in 1 hour. That is a good return right there. So what script does she use? Hi, this is Christina Griffin with the Griffin Group at Coldwell Banker. We just listed a home in your community at so-and-so. If you know anyone looking to move, please give us a call. From that, she got 2 new listings and 4 buyer closings. So it can work great. It's not going to work great for everyone you reach. Some people might consider voicemail spammy, just won't respond when you call. But in order to maximize your response rate, it helps to blend in other marketing materials like postcards, text, phone calls, targeted social media, and good old-fashioned door knocking. And speaking of social media, I hope you guys are taking advantage of all the resources on social media. It's the great equalizer. It's been said, you don't have to have these giant ad campaigns. You can influence your sphere and grow your sphere on social media. And listen, they may not be engaging and commenting, but they're watching. So be consistent. So I hope you have some good ideas so far. We're not done yet. Let's go into this. We're going to talk about the social media a little bit. Now, I'm not going to dive in too deep. I do teach courses, webinars on different platforms of social media, whether it's Instagram or YouTube, Facebook, and you'll be seeing some more about those courses that I'll have, marketing courses for you guys coming out soon. So let's think about it like this. Anybody here enjoy fishing? You go fishing, maybe? What do you need to catch fish, right? You got to have bait, and you have to have your line in the water. Can't catch fish if you don't have a line in the water, right? So do you have followers on Instagram, on Facebook? Post a poll. Try this. Post a poll. Hey, are you planning on selling? Yes or no? Polls drive engagement. All right, simple poll. And you can get some interesting data and drive some conversations. People will direct message you if they want more information. So give that a shot. You've probably seen these. Maybe you've done this yourself. Home value ads 2.0. Look at this one here. And lots of people offer what we talked about, CMAs. But this is a way that the Rossman team, they change it up in 3 ways. They put the average home price increase, okay, as you see, the average home price increase in that particular community, okay, in their headline. They use that as their headline. That number, dollar amount, it makes it real to people, okay? Instead of, oh, look at this home. Now you got to find something tangible that makes it speak to people. And this does, that dollar amount. Whoa, it's gone up, home prices, it's up $27,000. I didn't know that. So I wonder what my home was worth. So, and then you've got this high aerial drone photo and pictures of the agents anchored to that community. And then they have that call of action there at the bottom. So that leaves no confusion about what the next step is. You see the Rossman team, click get quote to see the value of your home. All right. So it's just it's a step up from a lot of what you see. Hey, you want to see the value of your home? You are tying yourself to that community now, and you're giving a dollar amount. You're making it more specific and more attractive to your potential audience. So you see the Facebook message they received over there. It's that's that right there. I noticed your Facebook post selling homes in Westridge. My boyfriend and I are looking into selling our home in Westridge. We're unsure what price to ask for, and what and we want to know what your fees are. Thanks so much for your time, Crystal. Listen, that's not a lead. That's what we call a come list me, right? Come list me. These guys, the Rossman team, are already perceived as the experts in that neighborhood. And listen, this is not a run your ad once and forget it kind of thing. This is frequency breeds familiarity, right? So you want to do this. You want to be consistent. And some people, you might be thinking, well, how do I run a neighborhood ad? Didn't Facebook get rid of that? It's yes and no. Okay, the retargeting audience of people who consumed other specific content, but you can do it like top neighborhoods, best pizza in Westridge. There's still ways to do it. You can't like pinpoint one area and target just that specific neighborhood, but doing it this way helps you get around that. So I challenge you to start trying this, put it out there, and then follow up. People are going to be making comments. You want to engage. Now, how do you look like the local expert? Facebook Live, okay? It's Facebook fishing. It's another line in the water. You've heard agents should be called the local expert. And so this is how you're telling people that you are. So here's Cole Realtor doing a 1 minute live 1 minute market update for this. It says Chattahoochee River Club, right? So they're standing there and they record a live video of themselves. And by the way, see the house they're standing in front of? That's a house that everyone sees as they drive into that neighborhood. So if you live in that neighborhood and you see that home, you stop scrolling. You're like, oh, I wonder what this is about. So it's just a smart way to show yourself as a local expert. So you can retarget those who watch your video to grow your audience on Facebook. Good idea? I hope you think so. I hope you'll try that. Right there, what we just talked about in front of the neighborhood. It's like it says, it's a thumb stopping backdrop. All right, moving forward. So now there's something called the Redfin migration report. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. This is it's a bit more focused on buyer activity. Okay. The Redfin migration report. Since COVID-19, many companies have adopted a permanent work remotely option for their employees. So this means we're seeing a migration of people leaving certain states and moving to others. So you can use this Redfin migration report to see if there are large concentrations of people leaving a particular area and moving to your city or state, right? So in this example, you can see there's a huge influx of people, 37% moving from the Bay Area and Los Angeles, California, and moving to Austin and to Texas in general, right? So how do you use this? You identify where your customers, where are you? Use this report to identify where your customers are moving from, okay? Create helpful content and guides specific to each region. And you put content on YouTube using keywords, Instagram with hashtags, and you advertise it on Facebook in their local area. You are the expert. Hey, moving from Bay, considering moving to Dallas, considering moving to Austin, wherever your area is, use the migration report and target those areas where they're moving from. All right, with video and ads, and moving from Bay Area to Austin. Here's what you need to know. Top 5 things you need to know moving this area. And now you're the expert for that area. You're giving them valuable information and they want to connect with you. All right. This is a great tool. So Instagram. So this is what it would look like if you took that Redfin report and you made some sort of ad, a video to share with someone who'd be looking to buy a home in Austin. So you research, you go on Instagram, you want to go even on Google and research relevant hashtags like hashtag moving to Austin. Hashtags, you know what they are? They're the equivalent of a search on Instagram. So people use hashtags to search for relevant content. And this helps your content get found. So create content relevant for people moving to Austin. So you research those hashtags, and then you create that content. Moving to Austin, showcase cool things about Austin and the neighborhood, whatever area you're in, you want to showcase it. Here's the 5 things you need to know before you move to my town, and put it out there. Super, cool resources for people to know. If you're going to be coming here, you need to know this about the electric company, about the power, about the neighborhoods, about the taxes, whatever is going to drive engagement with them. So you want to be the guide. You want to help people and build that engagement and make people want to choose you. So this is what one would look like on YouTube. All right. If you're not using YouTube, please, go ahead. When you get done with this webinar, go into Google, set up your YouTube channel and start using it. Make a video, short videos, upload them there. I'm going to teach another course on that, about how you do that and how you use the thumbnails to make them attractive so people stop. But listen, Google owns YouTube. So that makes YouTube the second largest search engine in the world. So if somebody's typing 5 great neighborhoods in the Austin area, where to buy a home in Austin, home prices in Austin, those are things you're going to title your videos in YouTube with those titles, right? And so instead of hashtags, they're keywords on YouTube. Accomplishes the same thing. So once again, it's the process. So you research these keywords: moving to Austin, Austin real estate agent, best communities in Austin, home prices Austin, whatever you want that to be. And then you create the content. Listen, you don't have to buy expensive stuff. Your cell phone is your video camera. And again, I'm not going into detail here. There'll be another course on that. But start using your camera. You take selfies, take a selfie video. Hi, I'm so-and-so. Listen, I want to show you the top 5 reasons, top 5 things to look for when you're moving to my town. Okay, take it. There's really cool editing tools. I'll show you all that again, but you want to be the guide. All right. You want to stand out, drive conversation, have them reach out to you because you're the expert. And good old email, right? It's not dead, but listen, it's important that email be done effectively. Let me go back. It's another way to drive listings from your past clients and your lead database. The problem is most emails in real estate, they all look the same. Your company probably has a template. You all use the same template, and they're impersonal and they offer little value. And the key to email marketing is it has to be relevant and it needs to be personal. So you need to put thought into it. What would you like to receive? What makes it work if you're getting this? And too many agents just set it and forget it. You set up a campaign, you leave it alone. We're all guilty of that. And what happens? They don't read it. They just click out of it. So let's talk about the seller's number. You want to address the seller's number 1 concern. This agent, Connie Carlson, she decided to talk about the elephant in the room. Okay, think about it. A seller becomes a buyer before they list, right? So she's dealing with the number 1 concern potential sellers have. Will I find a home? So she sent a bomb video to her database with the subject line, do you need to buy, sell at the same time? Okay, that's addressing a specific concern that everyone has if they're thinking of selling. Okay, and one of the main reasons they're not selling is because they're not confident they can find another home. So Connie opened up her calendar for those that are in this situation. She's saying, hey, if this is you, let's talk about it. If you got a Calendly link, whatever, hey, click below. See there, she's got her Calendly link. Let's have a 15-minute conversation about it. See if I can help you. So Let's see what happened. I'm telling you, she got a good return on that, and because it was more personal. The heading tells you, it relates to what they're thinking. All right. So rather than just going, oh, here's a new apple pie recipe for homeowners, right? Think about what you're sending. Open houses, still a good resource. And you already know it's a great way to meet new buyers. But remember, buyers are also potential sellers. We're talking about how to get listings in this difficult market. So you got to do things that aren't necessarily things you've been doing. So this is a way that these people are potential, they're buyers, but they have to sell, right? So it's a great way to meet these people. They need to sell their home probably before they buy their next house. So make sure you've got a good way of capturing these leads. All right. So when someone comes in, hey, thanks for stopping by. Do you own a home in the neighborhood? You want to start a conversation with them. Use an open house app to check people in. Okay. An open house app that allows you to capture the people's information. Some people are using like a tablet that's got scrolling information, and you can just hit that and fill it out. People like those tools instead of the old-fashioned way. It's just something more useful, and it saves it to your database. And you know, just ask them if you have a home need to sell. Offer to keep them up to date through building them a comparative market analysis for their home. But you want to put them in your CRM and build your database. All right. Now, there's some other stuff here. I told you I was going to try to keep this about 30 minutes. I'm going to skip. HomeBot is a great resource. If you're not familiar with that, go look at that. But I'm not going to include that section because it gets kind of long here. We've already gone about 40 minutes. I'm already 10 minutes over. So let's just recap really quickly here. You want to hit up your past clients and your sphere of influence. However you do that, you want to do that through your database, phone calling, emailing. Do the 90-day CMA challenge, okay? Make it a challenge. Plan out how you're going to do it, get a routine, and carve out time every day. You know, a lot of people carve out time. I'm going to do cold calling every morning for, from 9 to 11 or 8 to 10. Carve out a time for this every day, for one a day, all right? Grab someone in your database, plan it out for your calendar, and get that done. I think you're going to see great results here. Go through expireds and for sale by owners. Look, make sure they're a little bit older, maybe 3 to 12 months old. We don't have a lot of them now. I get it. In this market, we're getting so many multiple offers. And if there is an expired, there's probably something wrong with it, right? But you never know. So go back maybe 6 months, 8 months. Maybe they were asking too much for it back then, but now the market has shifted even higher, and now they can get what they were trying to get 6 months ago. So just think outside the box. Circle prospecting we talked about. Again, you can go back and review that if you like. Social media, please take advantage of that. Video. Do it. Find some tools. Again, I'm going to teach courses on that will help you and have some great resources on that. If you have any questions about how to get started, please don't be afraid to reach out. Ask me. Listen, nobody likes themselves on video. We don't like to watch ourselves. We don't like to hear ourselves. But you got to get over that. You've got to put yourself out there. Use the Redfin migration report. Become the expert in an area where people are moving here from. Email. Keep your email campaign. Don't set it and forget it. Get creative with it. Get personal with it. And open houses. If you're not doing it, go back out. Just find a way to help build your database at open houses. Hey, do you have a home you need to sell in the area? Do you know people, maybe family or friends who are looking to move here? Just build your database that way. So anybody, you got one big takeaway from this? I hope you did. I hope you'll try the CMA a day strategy. I'd like to hear from you. If it's been successful, please reach out to me and let me know. And if you like these slides or you want some information on this, let me know that as well. Bruce.Klein@ozlending.com. I'm at 214-729-2947. And listen, I also would love to have your feedback. Let me know if you got something valuable here. Okay, so reach out. And again, if you'd like to get together, you want to have a quick phone call, you want to grab coffee if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, yeah, hey, just text me, send me your feedback. I'm at 214-729-2947. You can also find my Calendly link and schedule a time with me if you like. I'm always open to answer questions. And I want to help you grow your business, and we can partner together and grow our businesses together. That's even better. All right. Again, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got something valuable from it. I want to thank you for your time. BruceKleinMortgage.com, and look for the next webinar coming soon. Have a great day. Bye now.